Hi guys, Lindsay
And Tracy.
here with Storybook Family Farm. So we thought we'd give you guys a little bit of kind of what we did this week. Since it was a holiday week, things were a little bit different for us, especially like with filming schedule. So let's start off with why we weren't at the market.
I had to work. My one coworker ended up not being able to work, so they asked if I could cover her shift.
Which was on Wednesday, which is when the North Canton market is that we always religiously go to. So Willie didn't have school on Wednesday, so him and I actually went up to a friend of ours' house to pick up a refrigerator. So by the time I got back home and thought about filming, it was actually like after the market was, or by the time I got home, thought about posting as to that we weren't going to be at the market. It was actually when the market was completely over. So yeah, sorry if you guys showed up there looking for us. Totally my fault, not Tracy's. But we'll just blame Tracy because that's more fun. Even though she doesn't do anything with the Facebook page or anything, but it was definitely her fault because she didn't remind me. That was the problem.
Yeah, that's
But
it.
yeah, so I gave Willie a little bit more practice of driving on the freeway. Even though he does have his license, where we live at, we don't really drive anywhere that's on the freeway. So he has not had, this was only his second time driving on the freeway, even though he's had his license now for a couple of months.
Because we don't count the one that he did during driver's ed as a freeway because it's 2 lanes.
Yeah, it's just basically like, I don't even know if it's up to 60 miles an hour with where they did it for driver's ed. So it wasn't really
I was
much
going to say the top speed on it is 60 miles an hour.
Yeah, so it wasn't, and there wasn't really much traffic either. So it wasn't like he really had any actual like freeway driving experience with that bout. But yeah, so he did pretty good. He didn't drive home with the fridge on. I did. He was not comfortable on getting on the more main highway, especially because it's the day before Thanksgiving. So I mean, there was a lot of traffic, and it was kind of dreary and rainy and wasn't very nice out. But so we got another fridge for free, so that'll be really nice come summertime, because for making the bread for the farmer's market, I do actually like to chill my dough before using it. You don't have to, but it makes it much easier to form the loaves of bread to make them look nice, even and symmetrical. This year for most of the year, we did not have room in the fridge for me to chill all of the dough. So it caused it to be a little bit inconsistent in terms of like shape and stuff. Like, so some of the shapes were like really funky looking. And sometimes it just affected, especially when it's really hot out, it made it so it was harder for it to rise. But yeah, so then yesterday was Thanksgiving, so we didn't film anything because we weren't home. Normally we do Thanksgiving, like we host it. I can't remember the last time that we actually went somewhere else for Thanksgiving.
It's been probably 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. So this year we actually went to my mom's house for Thanksgiving because my sister, she lives out of state. She was actually going to be in town. So we really wanted to see her and her little one and her husband. So we abandoned plans of cooking to, go and see them, it was all just really strange, like not hosting Thanksgiving ourselves.
Yeah.
It was kind of nice because we didn't have to worry about like trying to get things in the house more situated, in order to like properly host people and all that stuff. But in the same regard, it was funky. Like, it was nice, it was good, and the food was good, and the socialization was good, but it felt very out of place and very bizarre for us to not be doing it at home. Because I think the last year that we went actually to my parents for Thanksgiving, we had also had our own Thanksgiving a different day. So it was kind of odd because I think that year it was like we did Thanksgiving on Thursday and that Thanksgiving was hosted on Saturday.
Yeah.
So it worked out to do both, but it was, like I said, it's kind of odd. But yeah, and then today I actually went up to Cleveland. My family is actually from Cleveland, so like almost 2 hours from here is where my family is from, my extended family. But my sister is staying up by Cleveland area, so she asked me to come up and spend some time with her, so I didn't get to film this morning or do anything this morning because I basically rushed around here like a chicken with my head cut off and just tried to get everything done as fast as possible so I could then drive up there. So I went up there, hung out with her, her little one, her husband for a moment, and then also spent some time with my grandma, which was really nice. And then we went down to my parents' house, which is, about halfway between my grandma's and here, so it's kind of nice to be partially home. But so while I was there, I was bouncing the little one on one of them big yoga balls, and I don't know what the cat has. I can hear him playing with something off camera, but I can't. He's hiding behind a box, so I can't see what he's batting around. So if you guys hear a weird noise, it's Simba the cat, King Simba cat. By the way, have to put that in there. But yeah, so I was bouncing around on this yoga ball, and then I got the little one off of me because I was like, okay, I'm getting kind of tired of bouncing now because I'd been sitting there bouncing with a little one on my lap for about a good solid like 10, 15 minutes. And my mom had suggested, since she knew that my back has been bothering me for the last 4 or 5 months, that I lay on the ball to sort of stretch things out in my low back, because I've been, I think it was like June, beginning of June, whenever I first initially hurt my low back, and it's been bothering me since then. So I was like, okay, cool. Like, I'll go and I'll lay on this ball and try to stretch things out. Well, while I was laying on the ball stretching things out, like, it felt really nice for my upper back and my middle back, and then my low back started hurting. And I was like, okay, well, I'll just breathe through the pain a little bit, and maybe it'll just like clunk into place, because that happens sometimes. Like, sometimes I'll have Tracy lift me up and hold me for a good minute, which it's much nicer when it's before the holidays for her to do that. But that's why I figured I'd use the ball to spare her.
Not right before we go to bed.
Yeah, but yeah, so I was like, okay, maybe if I just lay here a little bit longer with it stretching, like, it'll just clunk into place and everything will be all great, grand, and wonderful. After like a minute, that it started hurting really bad, and I'm like, okay, I can't do this anymore. So I went to try to get up, and like, it hurt so bad it like took the wind out of my lungs. Like, I was like and stuff. It took me a couple minutes actually to get up off the ball and off the floor. And now my back injury, that was probably like 60% healed, 75% healed, is now back to like, I don't know, maybe 10% healed. So I've been in a tremendous amount of pain since getting home. I was really glad that the car I drove up there was actually the automatic and not our stick shift car, because that would have been rough trying to piddle with shifting. So yeah, it's basically, if you guys are familiar with the spine, it is all the lumbar spine of mine that is messed up right now. L1 through L5, they all are really badly in a lot of pain. When I had hurt my head a few months back, I actually had gotten x-rays done on my back, because when I had hit myself in the head really hard, I fell onto my bum, and it really threw out my back even worse than it already was. So they did do x-rays of it, and they didn't find anything like crazy. So it was deemed as an unremarkable x-ray. But yeah, I've been having a great deal of pain with that for a good bit. And with having Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, I assume that it is soft tissue, because that's also what the doctor at StatCare had said too, that he figured that it was either tendons, ligaments, or muscles, which is what pretty much all my injuries consist of. So yeah, I'm pretty bummed out that was an injury sustained today, and that because it's really going to set me back quite a bit. Especially, I felt really bad too, because today Tracy had to go to the feed mill and unload most of the feed by herself.
450 pounds of feed.
Yeah. Having a farm is a lot of heavy lifting. I'm glad we do just small livestock.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
we would need a bigger truck.
Yeah, our little Ranger would be not equipped.
I'd be buying that a week.
Yeah, probably if we had cows or pigs.
Yeah.
Which I don't want to do.
No.
I don't like doing super big stuff.
Our birds are the most expensive things to feed.
Yeah, the goats are actually the cheapest. The goats and the rabbits, they're pretty cheap.
Because we go through about 50 pounds of feed, roughly 50 pounds of feed a month for the goats and the rabbits each.
Yeah.
The birds, on the other hand, we go through probably closer to 300 to 350 pounds of feed.
Per month.
Per month.
Yeah, not a week. Per month. So it is quite a lot. So, and a lot of the birds right now, they're not even laying eggs. So this is all just a reoccurring, constant expense.
To keep them alive.
Yes, until the sun starts shining more. And I know that a lot of you will say, like, you should just put a light in your barn and stuff so that way they'll lay more eggs. The problem is there's not electricity out there, and the barn is really far away from the house, like a couple 100 feet away. So we'd have to run a very large amount of extension cords, and, it's like mud season right now, so water and electricity don't really mix all that well.
And when you do that, you're actually shortening the amount of time your chickens will lay eggs, or your birds, because they only have so many eggs.
Yeah, Yeah, so chickens are kind of like humans. They are actually, when they are born slash hatched, they have all of the eggs inside of them and that they will ever have for the rest of their lives. Um, so they don't, like, once they run out of eggs, they run out of eggs. Like,
And chickens can live like 7, 8 years. So you kind of
yeah,
want them to lay eggs the majority of that time.
yeah. Lucy, get down, bug. She's our special needs dog, and I get nervous whenever she's moving around a bunch on the back of my chair because she's half blind, and I'm always afraid she's gonna like fall down and like get hurt. She used to have seizures whenever she was really little, and it left her blind in one eye, and then now she's getting older, so she has a cataract in the other. So she don't have very good eyesight. We should get her some doggy glasses, but her little chihuahua.
We'll just
nose.
train Sassy to be her seeing eye dog.
Yeah, we could do that. But yeah, so nothing too crazy has actually happened with us this week. I'm pretty bummed out about my back hurting. I have taken ibuprofen, and so hopefully that'll kick in soon and will help. Yeah, it's kind of disheartening that this is happening because I had honestly been really excited thinking that my back injury was like really super on the mend and like I wasn't gonna have to keep like babying this thing along. But yeah, then one small move to try to attempt to help my back to make it feel a lot better made it feel a lot worse. I probably like have a heart attack if I like wake up in the morning and my back suddenly feels like perfectly fine and I'm like, oh, maybe I should have done that ball thing a long time ago. I don't think that's the case though.
So if I wake up and things don't crack, I'm going to probably assume I'm not waking up actually.
Yeah. Yeah, like I deal with a lot of chronic pain on a regular basis and stuff. And one day I actually woke up and I didn't have any pain and I was like, am I dead? Like I actually woke Tracy up to find out if I was still alive or if I was dead or if I was dreaming. Just because I was like, whoa, this is so like creepy and stuff. But yeah, after I got out of bed, everything started hurting again. So I was like, dang it, I should have just let me go with it. Sassy, stop whining. The dogs know that I am in pain, so like when I first turned the camera on, I had a dog on my lap over here, a dog on my lap over here, and then Lucy was behind the chair, on the back of the chair. So I mean, this chair is it's not a very big chair, and yeah, having 3 pups on here is kind of scrunched. But yeah, so that's all that's been going on with us. I don't think we have too many big plans this weekend. I'm gonna try my best to take it slow and easy because of the fact that like
Monday I have to work.
Yeah, so I really need to rest up because of the fact that Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday is what Tracy's work schedule is. And
William will be home Monday though.
Yeah, he'll be home Monday from school. But yeah, so all the other days it is all me no matter how I'm feeling, which is kind of one of the hard realities of homesteading is that even if you're sick or you're injured or, you know, you just aren't feeling it that day, you still got to get up and do everything no matter how bad you feel. So it's kind of a big bummer about this lifestyle, but yeah, so if you guys are enjoying our content, please give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends on social media. If you haven't already, please subscribe to help us grow. We'd greatly appreciate it. And so would Nala Kitty. She's the cutest little kitty ever. But yeah, all right, thanks for watching. Have a good one, guys.
Bye.